guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nurse Uju. If you're a new subscriber, you're very welcome to this channel, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming again. I film about healthy living and healthy lifestyle. That's to say, I put out content relating to health. So please, if that is what you seem interested in, kindly stick around, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each time I drop a content. Like my video and also subscribe, and also don't forget to share. So without further ado, let's move right into the business of today. So in today's video, we'll be talking about teething. So I'll be telling you everything you need to know about teething, what to do and what not to do when your child is teething. So first of all, what is teething? Teething is that period or phase in the life of every child when a tooth or teeth begins to grow or erupt through the gum. Usually it starts within the age of 3 to 7 or 8 months, but again every child is different, so please have that in mind and no pressures at all. This period of time can be a bit overwhelming for the baby and also for the mother, because for the child is a new thing and they don't know how to figure it out. They don't know how to handle this situation. All they can do is just cry and cry. And for the mother, it can be overwhelming trying to figure out or trying to help your child in the way you can, and that doesn't seem sufficient enough. So please, I will tell you all what you know and how to take care of this phase. First of all, we'll be talking about how to identify that your child is teething. So in no particular order, I'll be talking about crankiness and fussiness. Every child cries, right? But during this particular time in their life, they tend to be cranky and more fussy. So for children or for babies, the way they express themselves is crying. So whether they are happy, maybe, and if they are sad, they cry a lot. So usually during this period, they are easily irritated and highly irritable. So any little thing triggers them and boom, that's cry. They cry and cry all the time. Another thing to take note of when your child is teething is clinginess. So they tend to be more clingy. They will always want you to carry them, want to be around you. You would also notice as a mom that you might be less productive if you don't manage this situation very well, because all the time carrying your child, when you try to put them down, they begin to cry all over again. So when your child is beginning to be excessive or highly clingy, that is to say that something is happening somewhere. They are being launched into adulthood. That's to say that they are beginning to teeth. Another thing you take note of is redness or pinkiness of the gum, and also the gum is usually tender during this period. So the gum is usually red or pink in nature, but during this point there is a bit of inflammation going on, so it's usually a bit swollen, more reddish or more pinkish. You would also notice that your child would begin to bite or chew or things. Usually they put their hands in the mouth and they begin to pick random things around the house or whatever they can lay their hands on and begin to stuff it in the mouth. If proper care is not taken, they could put these contaminated things in their mouth, and of course they could get infected and fall sick. So please, it's better you be on the preventive side. But once you notice that your child is beginning to put random things in the mouth or hands in the mouth, know that he or she is beginning to teeth. Another reason they tend to put their hands or put things in their mouth all the time is to soothe or pacify themselves of this pain that is associated with teething. You would also notice that your child begins to pull on his or her ear a lot. This is because there is a nerve connection between the gum and the ear. So when this pain comes, there is a trigger in the nerve in the ear which causes them to pull on their ear all the time. But this period can be a bit tricky because you might not really know if it's an ear infection or if it is because the child is teething. So it's advisable you go to the hospital so proper investigation will be done on your child to rule out ear infections. So if after investigation there is no ear infection, that's to say that whatever pulling on the ear at that point in time is associated or tied to teething. You would also notice that your child will begin to salivate or drool. However, salivating and drooling is normal in every baby, but during this period of teething, they salivate and drool a lot. So once you notice that there is increase in salivation and drooling in your baby, know that it is a pointer, that a teeth is somewhere around the corner trying to pop out. You would also notice drooling rash. So because of the excessive salivation or excessive drooling, if not properly managed or taken care of, can expose them to drooling rash. So they begin to have rash around their face or their cheek area, and also at the neck region, because of this excessive salivation or excessive drooling. You would also notice that your child will have poor sleep. So their nap time and sleep time is usually shortened. This is because they are easily irritated and highly irritable at that point in time. So if, for example, your child sleeps for like 1 or 3 hours, you would notice that the sleep time or nap time is usually shortened or reduced. But however, teething phase doesn't last for a long time or forever. Now that is all for how to know or identify that your child is teething. Now let's move on to what to do or how to help your child when he or she is teething. Don't go anywhere. Usually every mother has a very high level of patience in them, but during this period of teething, it is advisable and expected that you be more patient with your baby, because again, their emotions are all over the place. So the best you can do for them at this point in time is to be patient, because this phase will also go. So try to be as patient as you can for your baby during this phase of their life. Another way to help your child during this period is rocking them or carrying them as much as they would want to be carried, or as much as you can. So because they are teething, they tend to be very clingy in nature. So the best thing you can do for them at this point in time is to carry them as much as they want to. And let me give you one extra bonus. You know how we do it in the African way. We throw them to the back and then you tie them with your wrapper. So with this, you're productive, and then they also get satisfied by holding on to you. So it's a win-win, right? Also, you would want to rub or massage the gum gently for your baby. So if you're going to do this, please make sure to wash your hand properly with soap and water, and then gently massage or rub the gum. By so doing, you're soothing them, and you're also trying to help relieve them of any pain they might be going through. You could also use a dry clean towel to clean their face or their mouth or their neck as much as they drool, because of the excessive drooling associated with teething. You could also use the bib to tie around their neck, so it absorbs the saliva as much as they keep coming. So instead of their face or their body to be messed up with saliva, this bib soaks them, and then you, on the other hand, clean their face so they don't be exposed to drooling rash. The use of teething toys and teethers has proven to be very helpful during this period or phase of life. These are toys that are made out of silicone that are not harmful to your baby. So instead of them picking random dirty things or contaminated things, you can use teethers or teething toys for them. Again, if you're going to be using this method, please try as much as possible to get as much toys as you can, and try to keep them clean and sterilized properly, so you don't get them infected and then they'll eventually fall sick. I don't think you would want to combine the stress of a sick baby and the stress of teething together. Of course, it's going to be a bomb. So please, it's better you be on the preventive side by trying to keep their hygiene or things around them as clean as possible. Similar to this is the use of teething towel. So this is a clean towel, emphasis on clean. You could put them in the fridge and not the refrigerator, because if you use the refrigerator instead of a fridge, it could get too cold, and your child, in the process of chewing this napkin or clothes, could have frostbite. And the whole story behind it is to pacify or soothe your child, right? So when they have this frostbite, they are cranky and they begin to cry a lot, and that is what you're trying to avoid. Now that is all for what to do or how to help your baby while teething. Now let's move on to what not to do when your baby or your child is teething. Studies have shown that the use of teething powders and teething gels has proven to be more harmful to babies. So because they are babies, they cannot keep this substance in their mouth for too long, but rather they keep swallowing it as much as you keep putting it in their mouth, and it exposes them to overdose and also causing harm to their body system. So please, during this period, it is expected that you avoid the use of teething powders and teething gels as much as you can. So as much as people advertise it to you, try as much as possible to neglect it, because you'll be putting your baby at risk. More so, research has shown that the use of teething beads or teething necklaces has caused strangulation, choking, and even in extreme cases, death to babies. So these beads are usually worn around the neck of the baby, and because of course they are babies, they don't know how to use this equipment or this instrument, they could wound it around their neck. It could strangle them and therefore lead to death. Also, if for any reason these bead cut, as innocent as they are, they might put this bead in their mouth and then swallow it. It could also choke them and also lead to death. And I believe that no mother would want to put the life of the child in the line while trying to help him or her. So with this, we've come to the end of this video. If you've watched this video from the start to this time, I want to say a very big thank you to you for sticking around and watching to the end of this video. Again, don't forget to like my video, share it so YouTube can put out this content for other mothers to leverage on it and also learn one or two out of it. Also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each time I drop or put out a content. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next. Bye bye.